Symptoms and how COVID-19 is spread. The following symptoms may develop in the 14 days after exposure to someone who has COVID-19 infection: cough, difficulty in breathing, fever, 38.0 degrees Celsius 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or greater using an oral thermometer. Generally, these infections can cause more severe symptoms in people with weakened immune systems, older people, and those with long-term conditions like diabetes, cancer, and chronic lung disease. How to wash hands in order to prevent the spread of COVID-19. How to wash your hands with soap and water. 1. Wet your hands with warm water and apply soap. 2. Rub your hands together until the soap forms a lather. 3. Rub the top of your hands, between your fingers and under your fingernails. 4. Do this for about 20 seconds. 5. Rinse your hands under running water. 6. Dry your hands with a clean towel or paper towel. If you have dry skin or a skin condition, apply moisturizer after washing your hands and at night. Please watch video on washing hands below.
Wet hands with water and apply enough soap to cover all surfaces of the hands. Let the water run smoothly to avoid touching the tap later on. Rub hands palm to palm to obtain a good quantity of foam, then rub right palm over the back of left hand with interlaced fingers, and vice versa. Rub again palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked, repeating this action for each hand. Rub rotationally left thumb clasped in right palm, and vice versa. To clean the tips of the fingers, rub rotationally backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand in left palm and vice versa. Rinse hands thoroughly with running water. Dry hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. If the tap is not elbow operated, use this towel to turn off the tap without touching it directly. Your hands are now clean and safe.
Important to wash hands before and after eating and preparing food, after coughing or sneezing, after using the toilet, before smoking or vaping where they are dirty, before and after wearing gloves when arriving/leaving office, after touching potentially contaminated surfaces if in contact with someone displaying any COVID-19 symptoms. To protect yourself. Follow any measures put in place by the company to maintain social distancing. Wash your hands regularly and properly follow hygiene advice when coughing or sneezing. Travel to work alone. Use own pens and computer and clean your work area regularly. Do not. To protect yourself, do not touch your eyes, mouth, or nose. Do not share objects that touch your mouth, for example, bottles and cups, pens. Do not shake hands with anyone. Do not allow unauthorized people behind the counter. We will arrange for any work to be done outside of opening hours. Wearing PPE. Personnel protective equipment, PPE. All employees, if wearing any PPE, are to ensure that their PPE is kept separate and not mixed with other employee belongings. All disposable PPE is to be double-bagged at the end of each shift and disposed of correctly. All non-disposable PPE is to be fully cleaned at the end of each shift. Use antibacterial spray. Employees should ensure that they do not bring contaminated PPE into their homes and shower at the end of each workday to reduce the risk of cross-contamination. All clothes should be washed at 60 degrees or as high as the garment will allow to eliminate any virus off the surface. 7.1 Disposable gloves. Disposable gloves are provided as part of the PPE, however, do not wear disposable gloves in place of washing hands. The risks that COVID-19 poses in the use of gloves must be identified and considered as follows: sneeze or cough into the gloves. This creates a new surface for the virus to live on. Contaminate yourself when taking off the gloves or touching surfaces. Not wash your hands as often as you need to and touch your face with contaminated gloves. 7.2 Face masks. Face masks are provided as part of PPE and should be work in line with COVID-19 recommendations and where social distancing measures are not possible. PPE should always be regarded as the last form of defense, and the preferred approach is to ensure social distancing and good hygiene measures. Symptoms at work. If you get symptoms at work, phone office/mobiles immediately. We have a process in place. Please follow the guidelines and advice given. You will need to isolate immediately from other staff. If you are working on your own close shop, get a name/contact number for anyone present at the time. Wear a face mask if one is available. Keep a distance of at least 2 meters from others. Phone your GP to arrange a test for coronavirus. Go home as soon as it is safe to do so. Self-isolate at home and phone your GP. Do not use public transport of any kind to go home. If you cannot go home immediately, remain self-isolating in the building, in agreed area, and phone your GP. Avoid touching people, surfaces and objects. Cover your mouth and nose with tissues when you cough or sneeze. Bin these tissues in a waste bag/bin. Customer displaying symptoms. If a customer gets symptoms while in the office, phone office/mobiles immediately. We have a process in place. Please follow the guidelines and advice. You will need to close office immediately, isolate them from other members of the public, in agreed area, provide the customer with a face mask and gloves they must wear. Keep them at a distance of at least 2 meters from others. Make sure everyone avoids touching people, surfaces and objects. Get them to go home as soon as you can. Provide safe passage out of the office. Tell them not use public transport of any kind to go home. Tell them to telephone their GP as soon as they get home. Get name/contact information off any other customer present at time. Operational procedures. Morning, wash your hands, put gloves on, make sure to wash hands when you take gloves off, check that all cleaning stations are replenished, all signage for social distancing is in place, making sure to check outside office signage also, check that there are plastic bags in all bins, clean down all touched surfaces and sneeze screens before opening. Twice a week, shops will be deep cleaned by contractor as illustrated below. During business hours, wash your hands, put gloves on, make sure to wash hands when you take gloves off, check that cleaning station is tidy, clean and replenished. Please make sure everyone entering the premises uses the hand sanitizer. Get each customer to write contact telephone number on bet slip when entering. Contact tracing, at hourly intervals. Clean down all frequently touched surfaces. Wear gloves while cleaning, make sure to wash hands before and after wearing gloves. Check signage is all in place and no COVID-19 signage has fallen down. Remembering the 2-meter distance rule while performing these tasks. Closing, wash your hands, put gloves on, make sure to wash hands when you take gloves off. Clean down all touched surfaces and sneeze screens after the last customer has left office. Clean down behind counter all surfaces, light switches, plugs, phone, etc. Use cleaning sheet. Checklist, don't forget to wash hands when you take off gloves before leaving. Together we can protect each other. Stay safe, stay alert. Thank you. Together we can protect each other. Stay safe, stay alert. Thank you. Together we can protect each other. Stay safe, stay alert. Thank you. Together we can protect each other. Stay safe, stay alert. Thank you.